What is a neobank? A neobank is a type of direct bank that operates exclusively using online banking without traditional physical branch networks that challenge traditional banks. The range of services provided by neobanks is not as broad as that of their traditional counterparts. What does a neobank do? Neobanks are a type of fintech company that offer banking services digitally. They often provide tools for budgeting and savings goals and offer lower fees and higher interest rates than traditional banks. What is the difference between digital bank and neobank? The fundamental difference is the establishment, ownership, range of services, and emphasis on technology and user experience. Establishment. Neobanks are recent additions to the banking system, whereas digital banks can be either old banks that have moved to internet services or new banks that operate fully online. What is an example of a neobank? Chime. With an impressive 14.5 million users, and known as the #1 most loved banking app, Chime is leading the neobank revolution in the US. It's known for its no hidden fee policy and offers a spending account in partnership with Bancorp Bank. Neobank In is a digital-only banking service that operates exclusively online, through an app, a website, or both. It generally has no physical presence or associated infrastructure. Neobanks typically offer all the services and features expected from a traditional bank, such as secure savings accounts, current accounts, budgeting tools, money transfers, and foreign exchange. Additionally, they use the latest technologies to provide superior experiences compared to traditional banking solutions. It's important to distinguish between digital banks and online banking. Online banking is a feature offered by many physical banks, whereas digital banks operate without a brick-and-mortar presence and provide all their services online. Neobanks, though similar, are small businesses with banking licenses that aim to offer superior customer service, transparency, and overall customer experience compared to larger traditional banks. Both digital banks and neobanks are becoming increasingly popular due to their commitment to transparency and customer satisfaction. Benefits and advantages of neobanks. Neobanks offer several advantages for customers who prefer digital banking over physical banking locations. You might question why to opt for a neobank instead of a conventional bank. Here are 3 key advantages and benefits unique to neobanks that large institutions often don't offer. Lower fees and account access. Lower fees and easier account access are primary attractions for neobank customers. Even for those with a less than perfect credit history, neobanks provide an opportunity to open an account. This accessibility can benefit individuals who need more resources or have lower credit scores, enabling them to start anew with an account that meets their needs and supports their financial goals. Customer support. According to FinTech News, neobanks build on elements of AI to maintain the personal touch in branch service offers and offer a more sophisticated virtual personal assistant experience. This personal touch, often missing from larger banks, enables better money management and support for customers, particularly those dissatisfied with traditional banking. Available 24/7, 365. Unlike traditional banks, which usually don't provide customer support during banking holidays, neobanks are available round the clock. Because they operate online, transfers are more straightforward, and most banking activities don't require a physical location. Virtual cards offer customers access to their money, similar to cash, and transfers typically take less time than those from conventional banks. Preventing fraud in neobanks. As banking shifts towards a virtual-first or virtual-only approach, accurately identifying users becomes a top priority for neobanks. Doing so enables a hyper-personalized user experience, sets a high standard for digital identification, and ensures compliance with global KYC laws and regulations. Neobanks increasingly use identity verification (IDV) for the Know Your Customer (KYC) process required by regulators to prevent money laundering. The best IDV systems compare live biometric data from a selfie with stored biometric data to authenticate customer. What is KYC in neobanks? KYC Hub helps neobanks identify potential red flags or suspicious account activities by comparing transactional data against predefined rules and patterns. Why do banks want KYC? KYC means Know Your Customer. It is a process by which banks obtain information about the identity and address of the customers. This process helps to ensure that banks' services are not misused. The KYC procedure is to be completed by the banks while opening accounts and also periodically update the same. Why is KYC important for fintech? What is a KYC solution in fintech? KYC solutions allow fintech companies to comply with applicable regulations and minimize the level of criminal activity. KYC includes customer identification, identity verification, risk scoring, and ongoing monitoring. Why a KYC strategy matters to neobank customers. Consumers demand swift onboarding, but they'll soon bank elsewhere if security is compromised or reputational harm occurs. The rise of neobanks has transformed how everyday customers access a range of services in banking. By its proximity to sensitive data and money, plus the potential for bad actors to strike, neobanks must ensure that proper Know Your Customer (KYC) compliance is instituted. This involves verifying customer identity by processing personal information such as full name, address, and date of birth. OnPassive Technologies is an online juggernaut that is going to disrupt the online process of designing and selling AI-driven digital products for businesses and personal use. OnPassive is building its own data centers, which will put them in position to control its own destiny. OnPassive Technologies is the home of the single sign-on and has built the most advanced ecosystem on the planet. It is being designed to be self-contained, completely relying on itself to operate free of any outsourced situations. Very soon, the KYC Verify verification process will be released. That is enormous. So, looking at being self-contained, what about having its own banking system and pay processors? Those are imminent. What about building a neobank? That would be so OnPassive Technologies and Mr. Ash Mufareh, talking about stacking the cool. Did we just use the word stacking? Yes.